I say Ryan, and I pause for you to think. It most of the time Pigeon sits in, and then we have Joel Providence sat on the program, and quite often he finds himself sitting there. I don't know what sort of conclusion you come with, but I'll tell you what I'm coming with. Pigeon asked a good question this morning. If we could find civil servants or person working with government to be impartial, but are using his short hand to answer Pigeon. To say Ryan hosts the program. For years he's doing that. I listen to the program every Sunday, but I don't call. Why I don't call? Because I don't think Mr. Ryan will like me to call his program because I won't get a level of impartiality coming from him. But when Pigeon sit there, from where I'm sitting, Pigeon used to appear, and I say used to appear, to be the average man out there voice. He could have asked questions, and then we have Mr. Weeks did it. For some reason I miss him. I don't know what he means, but he's not there. And then we have Joel Providence. Really? We could get some impartiality from Sister Ryan on a Sunday program. Because a lot of people listen to me will tell me, boy, I like the Sister Ryan program. For what? Information, but I can't participate because Sister Ryan, if you try to speak anything that is not partial for Sister and the European, he will ask you, he will just probably cut you off. And I'm suggesting that there are persons who currently work with government and you have them trained interested to become politicians. I think they have the ability to speak with a level of impartiality. But when you think of Rav Gonsalves as your leader of the ULP, you dare criticize any policy or what Gonsalves question his direction. You can't get that. I listen to Senator Peters the other day, and I say, look at the quality senator, wonderful choice. But could you get a level of impartiality from Senator Peters? I often wonder because, hey, she has that ability to be impartial. But then, in her back of her subconscious mind, she has to say, I have to remind myself, what will Dr. Gonsalves say about my comment if it's not what he wants to hear? Then it will defeat her purpose to become the first female Prime Minister of the So, it has people who have the ability. But let's use the premise of WEFM. The Issue at Hand program every Sunday. Is that have any level of impartiality there? When I see Sister Ryan or Pigeon call tomorrow, the Pigeon comment on that. Because let me tell you something. Like I said, people used to sit and wait, but they still do. And they were saying that Pigeon is the person who will ask the question that he anticipates that people want to get answers for. And people say, well, boy, he will try to bring some impartiality on the program. But Pigeon don't dare do that, as they go tell me he can't come back on the program. Anyhow, have a wonderful day. Think about what we say, and I go out of here. Okay.
So you just drop it and run, right? Just drop it and oh, you got it. Like real God.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Kingsley, where's that one, baby? Where's that one? Anyways, Kingsley, if I tell you the truth, I don't even know how to start to attack your comment. I don't know. I told him straight over to Roleza, yes? Roleza?
Or because I demote you on. All right. So I recognize that this is the second time that I'm hearing commentary on, not just the issue at hand, but P. John's contribution to issue at hand. I think the first time I heard it was when you were here. I was on vacation. Well, I was away from WEFM vacation, right? And I think someone had called in and they made the comment about it, right? All right. So it has come up again, so I could speak on it. So yes, I recognize that in the past that many persons looked at P. John as being the voice of the general individual, general persons within society. But I will say this thing, and I have to give commendations to P. John, because on Sunday as well, he did pose a particular question to the PM in terms of, and as usual, and I think the thing of it is that what people need to recognize too is that in the vein of things, who P. John is that he is devil's advocate, right? It's not a case to say that, yes, he may not already know the answers to the questions, but he's posing the question and being devil's advocate. But I do remember that there was one particular Issue at Hand program where the PM was in studio and P. John did ask a question, and the response that he got from the PM, in my opinion, it belittled P. John, right? This was a few years ago, right? And I personally don't know if that may have had any effect. But the thing of it is that I think that, even as leaders or whoever you are, even with us as friends, why is it that our friends can't question us? Why is it that if you are an employer, why is it that your employee cannot question you? Why is it that you are a leader of a party, the constituents can't question you? Persons within the party can't question you. As a leader, persons can't question you. So I do not know if it was a case where maybe it was a question that was asked, but I do remember listening to the response, and I was like, even in my, and I was a bit younger then, and I was saying, even with my young head, I realized that P. John was just trying to be devil's advocate. He was just putting forward the question that persons on the ground were asking, and you just wanted to hear a response from the person directly, So the thing of it is that with Sunday, I know that P. John did ask a question with regards to Grenville Williams, the current AG, and is it appropriate? Was the word? Is it appropriate for him to run as the constituency rep for South Leeward if you're going to say that it's inappropriate for Kishore Shallow to be president of CWI, something to that effect? And I was happy to hear the question being posed, because I know how many persons are already thinking of Issue at Hand program. They're not going to ask PM the hard questions. These type of questions is what people would like to hear. And I was happy to hear that he did ask that question, So I don't know, P. John may have to speak up for himself. May have to speak up for himself tomorrow, maybe if the way in which persons view him having fallen back a little bit in terms of being hard hitting with his questions, if there was a reason for it, maybe he could answer it. But I am only speaking from the vantage point of a listener, having listened to the program for several years, noticing the change. And one of the things that stood out for me as a reason as to why P. John may have fallen back. So, but I know that not everybody likes being questioned, and not everybody likes hard questions being posed to them. So, who knows?
That is true. Okay. Well, I write on Roleza's comments, Kingsley. Right, I'm writing this morning because I don't think that I'm in a proper or good enough position to comment on that issue. So I'm just gonna leave it at there. I have made some observations, but don't feel quite ready to say what those observations are. So I don't know. I hope that is satisfactory enough for Kingsley. We're gonna. Anybody has any? No? Okay. So we have some things that we would like to just some announcement. Previously, where did my thing go? It was just there. All right. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has this initiative going on. I'd just like to speak a little bit about it so you can pass the message on to. It's for females between the ages of 16 and 24. So there is this program. It's called a Diplomat for a Day competition, the Diplomat for a Day competition. In order for you to enter, this is what you must do. Record a short video. It must be no longer than a minute, telling the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Hold on 1 minute.
All right, we have somebody calling.
Okay, so I'll get back to that. Let's take the call.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I didn't listen you. What you had there playing for Kingsley, a tape?
No, he called in. He called in.
Kingsley have two mouths, eh? I used to call in on Kingsley radio station and never cuss him and never jam him and never do him nothing. But then the answer them where I used to tell it, ask him. Somebody tell him don't make me call back. So he tell me don't call back. My name is Winston. And when he's speaking about them fellas on Sunday, I was calling on nice radio on Saturdays or Fridays. And when I start to ask them the question them, they ask me where I get them from and don't call back. So he don't tell them what to say on Sunday time and go and tell them, look, we have a radio station, nice radio. I don't know if they're still doing it. When they have parliament, when the opposition speaking, they put it on the radio. When the ULP speak, candidate them speaking, they take it off. They don't want to hear them. And if I vote in for a party like that, and them only want to listen to them, my side and not the other opposition side, I am not going to support them. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, you see, in a live broadcast, hold on. I'm trying to understand it, and I'm trying not to laugh. You're saying during a live broadcast of Parliament, when the other side is speaking, they cut it out?
Yes, they talk about it already too. If a line he listening, he gonna hear, he gonna know. He speak about already too. When the ULP people, candidate them speaking, government minister speaking, they don't want to hear that. They take it off, cut it out entirely. And when the NDP now speaking, they turn it back on. It used to happen. I don't know if it changed now. My woman is an NDP. My girlfriend is an NDP. And every time I talk about it, she tell me she don't want to hear nothing about that. Because she knows it's true. I don't know if they change it up now. And he talk about it already too.
Okay.
He talk about it already too.
All right.
And if I lie and he listening, he could call me and tell me I'm lying.
And say Winston lying.
Listening.
All right, Winston.
Okay.
All right, thanks. All right, I think something that he said now, provided that what he's saying is true, and if it's in the truth, in the past or even present, I think, and as I said last week, I don't even know how I feel being a commentator radio announcer during this time coming up to elections because, it's going to be a challenge. And I suppose my whole thing is, you have to be able to listen to both sides. I really don't care. Yes, you are going to be partisan in the end, but in order for you to base, let's say, your thoughts, your critique, especially your comments, you have to listen to both sides. And I think this is one of the things that I struggle with so much here in SVG is that because, I'm going to say, because I'm an orange party, it means that I'm not going to listen to purple and pink, right? It really shouldn't be that way. We should be able to give both sides the equal opportunity. And then from our own thoughts, you can be partisan all you want.
But I think that's one of a big mistake that people heavily involved in party politics make, because you can't, if you're going to be involved that way and you want to be speaking on issues and calling out the other party, how could you call out what you're not listening to? That means then you're going to rely on somebody else to tell you they said what they said and perhaps they didn't say it. And if that's the case where you're just listening to your party and not to the other party, then I could understand why some Vincentians say the things they say, because they really are not properly informed, because you're listening to one side and not listening to the other side. So sometimes you don't get all the facts because you didn't hear from the other side.
And not just that, many of the times the things that make you wrongs are just maybe like a 30-second thing, right? So no context is given. You don't know what was said before or after, no context. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Roleza. Good morning, Dianna.
Good morning.
What the gentleman just said there, it is true. I listen to them. And it is true. I just confirm it. Right?
Okay. All right. Thanks very much. All right.
Okay.
How could you not listen to the other side, man? So that means I don't think that's Jesus.
All right, we have another caller. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Yes, hi, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, for the gentleman who spoke just a while ago, I am here to back him 100%. That is so true, very much so true, and it still goes on.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. Am I too simple-minded?
No,
don't
no, you're not,
understand.
Roleza.
Oh my gosh.
And that is very much so true, and it's been going on for years.
That
And
don't
a lot of
make
people
no
can call in and back that
sense.
up.
That don't make. How could you not
Okay.
listen to?
All right. Thanks, caller.
Thank you.
So I know I'm saying that to you.
Mm.
I've been on this radio station since 1997, the 18th of April, and I listen all the time.
Okay.
So I know I'm saying that to you.
All
And
right.
that is so true. The gentleman is so true.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
have
caller.
a great one.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
Hmm. Well.
All right. So we have another caller. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
What the caller said there, right? Maybe some of the things is true and some is not true. And let me explain certain things. Because Kingsley is a man that give credit to credit is due. Where you saying Kingsley talking after 2 mouths? Sometimes he just talk certain things which is true with Ralph and certain things which is not true. I agree with that. When he talk about nice radio, I hear Dougie DeFreitas say, but I'm subject to correction here. I would like Dougie or somebody who in the studio should announce that sometimes maybe a nice radio or something again. Dougie said that the reason why they used to do that, Ralph never give them some. I know if they used to do radio station, some kind of allowance, but no advertisement, nothing used to come on the radio station. So that is the reason why you went here, because he had to pay sometimes $8,000-9,000 a month for current. And when you see they talking in Parliament, and when people from the other side, ULP, speaking, they never used to do because current is going. You understand? And when NDP speaking, they allow them to speak. They listen to that because he alone have to pay $8,000 and $9,000 and $10,000 a month for current. Running a radio station not easy. But I'm subject to correction here with something he say Ralph never used to give. That's why he used to do that. If you understand, why like somebody from NDP will call and say what is what. If you understand.
Okay.
So
All
what
right.
them say is true, but there's the reason why.
All right. Okay. Thank you, caller. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now, I don't want for this to be a general discussion on somebody else's radio station, right?
Yeah.
Radio stations can do what they want, especially when it's not a national radio station, so they can do what they want. It's just that if I suppose my reason for saying why it is I don't understand is if it's something of a national interest. And if you're going to only hear one side, then the other side should be heard. But if that is the policy of that particular station, then that is their policy. So, right, I'm just going to leave it alone. All listeners have the opportunity to listen to full topics of national interest on various means, WEFM being one of them. All right, where you get both sides. Okay, so just want to add that and maybe just leave that part alone.
Yeah. So with that, we must head out. It is 8:04. This time check came to us by the New Haven Funeral Home, and shortly, in just about a minute, we are going to have our foreign policy in focus.